Welcome to our 14th Sound Healing Conference. And this one's about love. Love, love, love. It's all about bringing more love into your life and into your work and into your sound work. The whole conference is dedicated to all levels of love for you. Depths of the compassionate heart. To the heights of divine universal love. I hope you enjoy it. Hi there. Welcome to our 14th International Sound Healing Conference. The theme of this one is Sound of Love. Might sound a little woo-woo, but it's probably the most important topic and thing to learn there is. Imagine bringing love to every bit of your life, including your work, personal relationships, and even having frequencies or sounds that could totally open your heart at any time. The potential is really huge here. So we're going to have a good time and get really high and heart open. Okay? So first, let me tell you about some things that are going on here. You've probably got a lot of people that have seen what we have going on, but we've got some new things. So I'll just go over some things pretty quickly as to what we have going on, some things about myself as well. So we've got the soundhealingcenter.com is our main site. It goes to the school where we have 3 certificate programs. We've got a basic certificate in sound healing, and we've got 12 instructors that teach. We've been doing it for 20 years, so it's really well refined. We also have an advanced certificate program now, which is really detailed on doing acupuncture and very specific treatments and research for very specific issues. We also have an audio recording program as well, which is completely separate. We also have our store, which is 300 different products. We've got crystal bowls, Tibetan bowls, tuning forks, all types of instruments. We've got music and books and also our technologies, the sound lounge, the sound tables, the bass belt. We've got sound pillows, sound dolphins, and now we have a sound vest and a sound chair that you can actually work at. And so that's the link to it is soundoflove.com, which goes direct to it. Then we have our Sound Therapy Center, which is about 15 different treatments. We also have treatments that we do here, but we also do treatments online. And then we've got the Sound Healing Research Foundation, where we've got a full range of clinical papers, about 400 clinical papers and student papers as well. Let me show you a little bit more here. So I started out as teaching audio recording, and one day somebody said, well, Dave, we know what the equipment does, but which way do you turn the knobs to make it sound good? So I came up with a visual system to explain audio recording and mixing. And I wrote the #1 selling book in the world for recording and mixing. I've sold over 100,000 of this book, The Art of Mixing, and they are the main books used in colleges around the world. But then I came up with an interface where you can actually mix with these visuals and bubbles of sound in 3D, where volume is front to back, panning is left and right, and frequency is up and down. And then we made it into a full virtual reality system where you can actually walk into the middle of the mix and actually grab the sounds and even throw them around. Then we realized we could actually put these images inside the body. So you can choose what system you want to see, and you can go inside the body and place sounds there and even work on different, with different geometries and different frequencies for all different parts of the body with an assessment system for every part of the body you can imagine, including chakras. And we're working on a whole system so you can have see all 11 systems in your body flowing in relation to your metabolism, because you're hooked up to EKG and EEG. And then we can do treatments to actually get that flow to happen. I talk about that in some of the presentations. And you can be in different rooms of light or inside an angel with all of your chakras and auras lit up with sound and visuals. I can't wait to have to test it. Right? But then we've got the my book, The Complete Guide to Sound Healing, is the #1 book in the field of sound healing. It goes through how sound works physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And we've also are working on a play. We've got a demo called Compassion, which is a Cirque du Soleil play. We've got looks like it's going to be happening now in venues around the world with IMAX 3D acrobats interacting with the IMAX 3D and speakers in every seat. Here's the stage design. And then also we're doing some movies. We're doing Close Encounters 2, where the aliens come back as bubbles floating between the speakers and show how to heal every disease in the world, and some other movies we're working on as well. In the Research Foundation, as I mentioned, we got clinical papers and student papers at soundhealingresearchfoundation.com. we also have the medicalsoundassociation.com, which has over about 30 different treatment plans. Let me show it to you here. So if you go to medicalsoundassociation.com and click on the integrative sound, you'll see treatment plans for all different types of issues, detailed treatment plans, because we've got over 700 doctors and sound therapists working and doing bi-monthly meetings. You're welcome to join yourself. On grief, anxiety, depression, addiction, I mean, all these different issues. And so they're like 30-page treatment plans. So that it's a really good resource if you're ever working with any one of those issues. But we also have the intake form section on this site where you can actually enter information on your treatment before and after and put the level of symptoms on a scale of 1 to 10. And we've been collating them for the last couple of years. If you click on reports, you can go and see we've now got 379 entries, and we're getting for sound 68.51% reduction in symptoms in general. And then you can choose health concerns. You could choose anxiety and filter for that. You can see, okay, there's 223 entries, 71% reduction. Or you could do anxiety with crystal bowls and filter for that. And now we see 167 entries, 68.93 reduction in symptoms. That amount of reduction in symptoms is unheard of in the medical field. Not exactly pure science here, but it's some good data that you're welcome to use. And if you ever do treatments, it would be great if you can enter that data before and after your treatment. It'd be nice to have 10,000 entries here, right? Okay, then we've got the Sound Education Association, where we've got exercises, over 500 exercises for all age groups, and information on all the different tracks that we've created. We'll be talking about this in one of our presentations as well. And a lot of exercises you can download. And then if you want to join the association, we have bi-monthly meetings to figure out a new curriculum for kids. SoundEducationAssociation.com will get you there. All right. And then we've got, what else here? We've also got the Sound Treatment Center that we're launching in about a week, where you can get treatments with sound, with the best quality sound, because we're using a company way better than Zoom. We've created a compressor limiter, and all the practitioners have to be trained on how to mic their instruments the best. So there's no better quality sound. And so you can sign up to get a treatment in about a week here. And then if you want to do treatments, you can sign up as a practitioner on the site and actually do treatments. And then you get to choose what you charge. Of course, we take a percentage, but we're going to be having a lot of people coming in to get treatments. So if you want to sign up for that, go to soundtreatmentcenter.com. And then the other thing that's happening that's really interesting is we've now created this sound chamber that I got a download to create when I was in Egypt, and then when I was in the pyramids in Mount Shasta. And it's the King's Chamber, which is this rectangular section here with a dodecahedron around it and an octahedron around that. We now have it working in virtual reality, so you can actually, with an Oculus, fly inside and meditate in it. And then we created a smaller version, which is exactly resonating at 108 hertz, which is a little over 10 feet, and then 216 hertz, which is all related to 432. And so we're building this one in my backyard, and we're selling them now. This is like 30,000, and it's you don't have to have it up to code because it's like an art piece, whereas this one would have to be up to code because it's large. I mean, it's huge, and you can put 20 people in it and meditate and tone the resonant frequencies of the King's Chamber and get really, really high. Right. So this one's going to be like 5 million or so because it has to be up to code and it has to be safe. But this one is not so much. So we're looking for places to put this on the ley lines to help the whole planet. But if you're interested, let us know. Gonna be fun. Okay. So those are the different aspects of different things that I'm doing. Okay. So today's presentation is on the sound of love. Okay. The sound of love is pretty varied because there's a lot of possibilities, but we're going to start with making the sound of love. Then we're going to go through all the different aspects of music and frequencies for the sound of love. We're going to talk about loving yourself and then transforming negative beliefs. First of all, let's make the sound of love. Okay? Again, if you have any qualms about making sound, remember, you had it down as a baby. If there anything going on emotionally, you would make a sound to let it go with zero thought of what anybody thought about how whether you did it right or wrong. We have a strict rule around here. You can never ever do a wrong or bad sound. It can't be out of pitch, can't be off key. It's always perfect, and it's a very strict rule. So let's do this. Send a sound of love to everybody that's listening on this conference. We got about 6,000 or 7,000 that are listening. So send a sound of love to everyone listening, and don't forget to receive it. Send a sound of love to everybody in the meeting and receive it. Now, send that sound of love to everybody on the planet and listen for their hearts responding. Now send that sound of love to Source, to God, and listen for the universal love coming back. Now send this love to the earth and listen for it responding. Now send this love to your own heart. Besides sending and receiving, you can also just be love. So we are love. Every cell is love. Our entire being is love. So just be love and make the sound of that. Now, notice how big your field is. Is it right around your body, a foot, 3 feet, 6 feet, whole room? Expand your field so it encompasses the whole planet. Now, keep going and encompass the whole universe with your field. Come on. Now make the sound of being love while expanded through the whole universe. Which do you like better, sending, receiving, or being? They're both beautiful. Can't really do love wrong, right? There's also the different levels of vibration that you can do love at. We're going to look at the frequencies and pitches of love, the timbres of love, which are the sounds and syllables and instrument sounds, and the musical intervals of love, the music of love, and the energy of love, which we're doing the whole time. Okay? So first of all, the pitch of love, or note of love. You know, a lot of people talk about F being the heart chakra. However, if I actually have people play different bowls or listen to different notes, listening for which one resonates love for them, people rarely choose F. Sometimes people come in, they say, I want the heart chakra. I say, well, you could get that, but you could actually just play all the different bowls and see which one opens your heart the most. Again, they rarely choose F. And what I found is people commonly find a note that is not F at all. There's an exercise we can do to find the note of love for you. So bring love into your heart now. And in your head, go up and down with frequencies, like a little frequency sweep, and see if you can find a note that matches this love in your heart. Got to feel the love in your heart first. Okay? Now, in your head, don't do it out loud. Just listen for that note. Just play with it. You can't get it wrong. A note that matches this love in your heart. Okay. Now, make it out loud. If that felt right, that's the note of love for you. And you can get the app N-Track Tuner, the letter N-Track Tuner, and it will tell you what note that is and even what frequency. So it's really cool to find your own note of love. That one is really important because you can use it for whenever you do sound, or if you want to get a bowl in that note. It's very cool. Okay? But then there's the actual, let's go back to another pitch of love. So then there's the pitch of love of your voice. Everybody sings when they speak. Some people sing really interesting songs, and other people are more, just stable. Well, whatever you sing, you're still singing. Everybody, since you're singing, you're in a certain key. And what I've learned is people commonly go to the home note of the key of their voice when they actually express love. Let me give you an example. I really love my kitty. Love my kitty. That's the home note of the key of my voice. I wouldn't say, I really love my kitty. I love my kitty. No, I love my kitty. Some people go to the musical fifth. I love my kitty, right? But a lot of people go to the home note where I love my kitty. So that's the key of your voice. And you can find the key of your voice by simply doing any vowel and going through all the different frequencies and notes, like ooh, 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 and find the one that's the easiest to make. The easiest, not singing, but just open your mouth and let a sound out. The one that takes zero energy to make. Here's mine. That's mine. That's the easiest one for me to make. And then again, you can go to N-Track Tuner and see what note and even what frequency that is. Now, when it comes to frequency, of course, there was the whole thing that Leonard Horowitz came up with, that 528 hertz is the frequency of love. And he says there's research that shows that, and it unravels the DNA, and that's around, try that. But now, he now admits in a video that there's zero research around that. So a lot of people have abandoned 528 hertz. A lot of people haven't gotten the news yet. Right. But 528 is a solfeggio frequency, which is based on numerology on the Bible. And it's also, so many people have been resonating love at 528. There's a field there now, even if it has nothing to do with love. Right? So now a lot of people are resorting to 432. And some people say that 432 is the actual heart meridian, but I don't know how they measure that. Right? But it's still very cool. It's like around, woo, try that, woo. But when I was in Egypt, we were toning all the resonant frequencies of the chambers, and the ceiling opened up and love poured into our hearts. And it was so incredible. And I was getting around 200 hertz, which is like, but whatever it is, I think it's different from person to person. Again, it's great to find your own. There's probably a frequency of love or note of love in our solar system, our galaxy, and our universe. And I would bet that that's D, because more people speak in the key of D than any other key. There's just a small bell curve actually around D on this planet. More people are in the key of D, which means they're resonating love when they speak of love in D. And I've had other people that said they think D is the main note. Who knows for sure? I like it just to find your own, right? Until we really know, right? Whatever you intuit. Right? Then there's the timbres of love. That would be the instruments and syllables and vowels of love. The instruments, the most common instrument of love is the harp, right? That's what people use for love. And it's a very warm sound, even harmonic sound. It's a nylon string, so it is a very warm sound. It's also, when you do the arpeggios, it's like really beautiful. I know people that use arpeggios on the harp to call in angels. But, you know, it's interesting. If we do the sound of love, no one goes pluck, 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 pluck. Right? It's a sustained note. So that's like a string section or a cello or even a crystal bowl, a note that's sustaining. So I really like the cello. I especially like a string section, a bunch of violins. Whenever I do songs about love, I always use string sections. There's the hung drum or the rav drums, which are really sweet. And then even the sansula, the little kalimbas are really nice. Or some people like the koshi chimes. So it's interesting to think about what different instruments resonate love the most. But then there's all the different syllables of love. One of the most common that's been used since the beginning of time is ah. So let's practice with these. Bring love into your heart again, now. And do the syllable ah, and see how that matches this energy of love in your heart. Ah. Now let's try Hugh. From the people from Ekinar, they say this is universal love. Hugh. I like ooh, because it's really easy to make. Ooh. Go ahead and do it with me. And then there's Om. Om. I like that one today. There's also the version of Aum. Aum. The Tibetan warrior syllable is Hung. H-U-N-G. Hung. Somebody said it's like sending a wave of love across the room. Hung. In Jonathan Goldman's book, he talks about Nur. 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 One of my favorites is the old M, M, M. Mm, mm, mm. I like that. It's really interesting to do sounds that don't necessarily match love. Let's try the E. E, do love with E. E. Or this one's a little tricky. Very cool to be able to do love in the midst of a challenge. Do ick. the short ick like this. Okay, I'm doing a run love while doing ick. Ick. It's hard to do without laughing. Ick. 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 Okay? Or this one's really good. It's nice. I love it when people set boundaries with love. That's really tricky. So we're going to do a loud no. Warning, I'm going to get really loud. And we're going to run love at the same time. Okay? So let me demonstrate first. Imagine you have a tiger attacking you, which is your lower self, or your, all of the aspects of the world that is throwing you off. And you have the power with your voice to stop it in its tracks. You're not going to hurt the kitty. You're just going to set boundaries. So we're going to do a really loud no, but while running love. Two things at once. I often do the boundaries from my solar plexus and the love from my heart. Okay. Warning, I'm going to get loud. 1, 2, 3. No! Okay. Okay, now you guys do it with me. Got to run love at the same time. 1, 2, 3. No! Very cool. I love it when people set boundaries with me with love. It's very sweet. The Dalai Lama even talks about it as well. Okay, so these are some of the syllables that have been commonly used for love, but you can play with others and come up with your own. Okay. Then there's the harmonics that the heart puts out when resonating love. They found that when you're resonating love, your heart actually creates harmonics that, instead of being mathematical multiples, are golden mean ratio mathematically. So also, when you're transmitting love, the heart goes up and down in tempo, which also has the golden ratio in it as well, with that S curve, a smooth S curve. What that heart math talks about, which is heart coherence, has the golden mean mathematically in it. So I want to play a recording I did where I took a frequency of the earth, which is the 136.102 hertz, and I multiplied that times 1.618, which is golden mean, and took that and multiplied that by 1.618, and then multiplied that by 1.618. So I got a whole series of frequencies based on the earth multiplied by the golden mean. So basically I had created a whole set of sounds that are the golden mean spiral. A bunch of frequencies that are golden mean spiral in relation to each other. So this is the recording. So basically this is the harmonic structure of the heart that it puts out when actually resonating love. Check this out and see what you think. Now go ahead and tone along with it. Kind of a trip doing love with an electronic sound, but that's the actual tonality of the heart when transmitting love. Okay. Then there's the musical intervals of love. The most common musical interval of love in love songs is the minor third, especially going down like this. Or the minor six going up is sometimes used in love songs. Right? And it's interesting that the love is associated with minor notes and minor keys. Someone in class recently said, why is sadness associated with love? That's interesting because there's no sadness in pure love. And if we do love, like, there is zero sadness there. But what I learned is when you do sadness, it takes you out of your head. You can't do love in the head. You can talk about love all day and never feel it. You have to drop down into your emotional body to feel love. And sadness gets us out of our head into our emotional body. So I think of sadness as a beautiful portal to love. Right? So here we have an actual song by one of our instructors. She's also in the conference here, Sylvina, which is Pachelbel Canon, and she's singing on top of Pachelbel Canon, and it's really powerful. It's really incredible because there's some minor intervals in here, even though it is in D major, D, the key of D, right? It's in D major. There's a lot of minor intervals in here, but she gets really powerful. So we're going to listen to this, but we're going to do active listening. So run more love than you've ever done through your system now while listening to this. Pachelbel. Pachelbel Canon is probably the #1 song used for weddings in the U.S. Right? Okay. Enjoy. You know, you can bring the energy of love to any frequency, any pitch, any timbre, any sound, any music. The energy of love is the whole deal. When you transmit love or go into the energy of love, the heart actually puts out an electromagnetic field that can be felt or measured 50 feet away. That electromagnetic field does not go through the internet. But, of course, the quantum energy and your intention definitely goes through to everybody listening, not only to everybody listening, to the whole universe, actually. So we definitely get the energy that way. That's why it's a little better to actually be in a room with people, because you're going to feel the electromagnetics from people's heart, especially if you get a whole room of people running love. Just run love, regardless of the frequency. Don't worry about the frequency or the sound or any of that. Just run love. If you get all of it together, it's kind of cool. See if I'm stronger. Right. Okay. You know, the truth is, if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody. So loving yourself is the most important aspect of all. When I first started thinking about this, the terminology threw me off. Like, who's loving who? Loving yourself? It's like, what's loving what, right? But then I realized it's not about that. It's more about not hating yourself. There are a lot of people that have done some really weird things or accidentally hurt people, right? And they have a really hard time loving themselves. Or the worst is when parents tell the kid that they are a piece of crap and will never be anything the whole time they're growing up. I mean, when I was growing up, my parents were, alcoholics. So at one point I went to adult children of alcoholics, and I said, my childhood was just a mess. My parents were trying to kill each other, all types of stuff. And everybody else got up and said, my parents told me I was a piece of crap and tried to kill me. Said I would never be anything. Well, my parents never said that. They when they were sober, they said, get an education and you can do whatever you want. So I realized that my self-esteem is really intact. So if it's not, there's another thing that happened to me once. I was at a Grateful Dead concert, on drugs, of course, right? And I got this epiphany that I work really hard to be a good person. In fact, so hard sometimes it stresses me out. And of course, being on drugs, this was a big epiphany that I'm a really good person. And then I realized everybody's a really good, everybody I know is working hard to be a good person. And we are. We're all really good people. Now, you can also send love to your own heart. Let's start this way. Just energetically send love to your heart silently. Right? So just focus on your heart and energetically send love to your heart. No sound. Now, tell yourself, I love you. Over and over and over. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. God, I love you. I really love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Now keep that voice going in your head of I love you and do a sound instead out loud. But keep it going. I love you. I love you. Okay, do a sound now. Ooh, I love you. Ooh. 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 That's a really good one. You can also do things like buy yourself flowers. That's really nice if you haven't bought yourself flowers lately. But the other thing you can do is take yourself out to dinner. I had a Groupon, and when I was with a partner once, and we broke up, and the Groupon was about to expire. It was for a really fancy restaurant. So I went to the fancy restaurant by myself. I was the only person there by myself. And I thought, I'm just going to love myself the whole time. I got 2 meals. I got to take one home. And I just loved myself the whole time for dinner. And it was so cool. It was just beautiful. Right? So many ways to love yourself with sound. But you know, you can also hug yourself with sound. Ooh, try that. Ooh. But then we also have all of these negative beliefs. And this is probably the number one problem that stops us from loving ourselves. We are not good enough. I am not good enough. And there's many ways to be not good enough. My body is not perfect. It's not beautiful. It's not, oh my God, there's so many bad body images, right? Or the mind. I'm not smart enough. All types of things around the mind. I'm not clever enough. And then emotions. I'm a mess when it comes to emotions, or I don't feel emotions enough. I feel emotions too much. I get too emotional in relationships. Oh God. And then there's wealth. I don't have it together enough to make a bunch of money or have my own business or just even be abundant. And then relationships. I always blow relationships, right? And so I don't have one. It's like nobody loves me, right? I mean, there's all these ways that we can be not good enough. So I've got a technique to take these negative beliefs and turn them around. I'm just going to tell you, and then maybe we'll do one, and then you can practice on your own. But here's the tricky part. If you're going to take a negative belief and turn it around, you have to believe it. Let me give you an example. Sometimes I'm not loving enough. That's a belief I have about myself. How many of you have that same belief? Good, I feel much better. I'm not alone. Right? Well, I can't say I'm loving all the time. Because Spirit's going, yeah, right, I saw what you did the other day. Give me a freaking break. No, you're not loving all the time. No, don't say that. Right. So the trick is to be able to turn it around in a way that you can believe 100%. Now, sometimes we turn it around by saying, I'm really trying to be loving all the time. I try to be loving all the time. Try is the energy of instead of being. Right? I mean, trying is not the energy of love. So, also the same, like I aspire to be love. Or, here's another one. That one's not love either. It's like, I accept that I'm not loving all the time. Well, that's nice. At least you're not beating yourself up. But as long as you're not going, I accept that I suck. You don't suck. You don't suck. So this accept thing, you have to accept what is, but don't suck. Right? Another thing is we often have to go to a higher perspective to be able to believe it completely. So I can say, my essence is pure love. I can believe that one 100%. Right? My essence is pure love. And then you make the sound of that. Here it is. If you want to join in, everybody join in. I'm going to make the sound of my essence is pure love. Boy, that feels good. It's about getting the truth in your body. Negative beliefs are illusions. They are not true at all. Let me show you a whole range of negative beliefs that I have in my book and the alternative. Here we go. Okay, make this a little bigger. Okay, I am not smart enough. I am smart enough. I know the knowing of my heart is what counts. I trust my intuition more and more. What I need to know is yet to be revealed. I'm a dynamic being. I'm curious and willing to learn. I'm grateful to be at the door of life's mysteries. I'm brilliant in my own way. I fulfill my life's journey with the tools and wisdom that I've provided with. The joy is in the learning, not always in the knowing. You make the sound of that. Right? Good things never happen to me. Good things happen to me. I see the good things coming. I don't deserve good things because of what I've done. I deserve good things regardless of what I've done. We all make mistakes. I'm perfect spirit in every way. Life is never easy. I see flow now. I'm an incompetent or bad person. I'm totally competent. My gifts are different from others. Some of my gifts may yet to be revealed. I'm not good looking enough. I am not my body. I'm a spirit, a soul, a point of awareness. My body is beautiful and a perfect vehicle for spirit. My body is a reflection of the richness of my experience. My beauty is true vibrance on all levels. I'm not tall enough, short enough, right body type, correct weight. I love my body. I'm not spiritual enough. I am a perfect spirit at my core. I'm too emotional, not emotional. I'm emotionally balanced and I feel, accept, and love my emotions. I'm so grateful to be able to feel. I'm a simple person and capable of great things. I'm capable of great things. I have gifts, my gifts that I love. I'm too critical of myself and others. Ooh, I love how discerning I am. My discernment allows me to appreciate our differences. This tone is not me. It comes from others and programming. I honor the God in you and me. I care about people and truth. I speak truth from a place of love. All just is. I'm not worthy of spirit or enlightenment. I am spirit. We are all on a path of enlightenment. I like to say, spirits are not far from the surface in anybody. This is a big one. I'm not pure enough to help or heal others. I'm pure enough to help and heal others. Spirit is not far from the surface. As Spirit comes through me to help others, it knows precisely what is needed. All is taken care of with a positive intention. I'm too sensitive. My sensitivity is my superpower. I don't belong or fit in. I see the light in everyone is the same as mine. Everyone walks by the beat of their own drum. There you go. Okay. And then around relationships. I have difficulty in relationships. Maybe I won't go through all these. I attract what I need. I'm not caring or loving enough. I did that. I'm not lovable. My core essence is extremely attractive. I am universal love. Humanity needs my love. I belong in the world that loves me. I don't deserve to be loved. I cannot trust anyone. I trust everyone now. I'm always exploded. I see relationships flowing harmoniously. I'm so afraid about what others think about me. Ooh, that's a big one. That can cause cancer. What others think does not matter in the least. I'm secure in my own way of being and doing things. It is not my fault if others judge me. It's their own stuff. People don't see my value. I'm invisible. I respect myself and see myself being respected. I am whole on my own. I trust and know when to share my wisdom. I can't wait to share my wisdom. People resonate with my truth and they love to hear it. Okay? And then wealth. Money's the root of all evil. The more money I have, the more I can help others. Rich people are bad. Everyone should be abundant. There's plenty of resources on this planet for everyone to be abundant. There's nothing wrong with being abundant. I don't deserve to be rich. We all deserve to be and should be. We need to compete with other people to succeed. I look for a way to collaborate and harmonize. I'm not clever enough. I have talents that are incredible. Whenever I make a lot of money, I lose it. Okay. And then health. Always have health issues going on. I can be perfectly healthy from now on. I see myself complete. I love the health I have. Health is my birthright. I'm emotionally stable. Health is my essence. Life is wonderful adventure to treasure. And there's a big one. I'm capable of healing myself. The truth is, you are a perfect, pure spirit in every way. All of these negative beliefs are illusions. So let's make the sound of that. You are a perfect, pure spirit in every way. That's the truth. That's the truth. So here's the homework, at least for the conference. One of my instructors said that she got a download that said she has to love everybody all the time. And she went, love everybody all the time? Really? And her guide said, yes, all the time. All the time? Yes, all the time. I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean, loving people? Loving, being loving. It's really the tone of your voice. It's the way you look at people. It's even your actions. It's even the way you touch people, right? So I thought about, okay, what percentage of time am I loving? It took a long time to figure this one out. Because I thought, well, if I'm just present and not running any negative energy, that should count, right? At least I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just present. I may not be running love, but I'm present. And I thought, well, that's like probably maybe 50%. And then, because love, running love is kind of like above and beyond the call of duty, right? So I thought about, okay, well, let's amp up the times when we're loving. Think about how often you're loving and how you could do it more in relationships and especially for yourself. And then for the next 3 days, send love to everybody you come across silently, secretly. Send love to them. Don't let them know, just send love to them and see what happens. It's amazing how often something transforms when you're just secretly sending love. And if you want to email me what happens at the end of the conference, sending love to everybody, email me at david@soundhealingcenter.com and I'll see if I can post them. That's your homework. Love everybody all the time, even if it's just secretly. Welcome to the conference. I hope you enjoy your time here.